Alright guys, I'm back at you with another reaction video. This time I'm going to talk a little bit about a girl who seems to think that Filipinas aren't willingly entering these relationships with us. Stick around. Alright guys, as normal, I'm going to play the video and react and give my thoughts and opinions on it. And I really want to hear from you guys as well, because that's the funnest part of these videos, is getting your reaction. And this one is coming from it seems to be a very intelligent girl and very attractive. So it's not some ugly girl who doesn't have a brain in her. She seems to be fairly intelligent and attractive. So let's take a look. Okay guys, so here's the video. Let's go ahead and play it and analyze and see what she has to say about this.
Back then it was labeled, it's for weirdos like that. But now I find out that more and more men just want women with a different set of values, and I think this is what it's all about, and there's nothing wrong with wanting that. Those women are wonderful, beautiful. Of course, you can get somebody much younger. The only problem I think I
just want to pause it there. She is correct on those two things. Yes, we do want a woman with a different set of values, and that is why a lot of us come to the Philippines. It is not just because we want a girl who's younger than us, or who has this exotic look. Yes, those are factors, but we want a totally new set of values. And in my age, and I would say up, we remember from our childhood how it was growing up, and I remember I had a very good childhood with my mom being at home, with the kids, and dad would go out and work. Now those were different times where I think a couple of things. One, the salary for my father was enough to take care of the family, where mom could stay at home. Now we weren't rich by any means, but dad could certainly take care of things. And I find now that it is not the case. But I also think some of it is a little bit of being irresponsible in this age of wanting everything. Being a homeowner previously, I can remember just, I don't know why, but you buy a house, and when the bank tells you, hey, the loan, you can get up to, let's say, $250,000 for pre-approved loan, and it seems like everybody goes right to the max amount, or pushes it even further and gets the bank to agree on it. Nobody is happy with just a small, nice home, a comfortable home. They want as big as they can, as the big yard. They want granite countertops. They want hardwood floors. Nobody, when I was a kid, we had one car, and my father would go to work and back. Maybe on the weekends he would take us around. We would do some family outing. He would take us out, like if one of my older sisters got a job after high school, he would be the one that would take them to their job and pick them up, or they would rely on friends or even a coworker to get their family to drop them off. We had one car, we had one TV, and now it seems like we have a TV in every room, right? And we got to have the biggest TV. I remember being all gathered around that small little box. Now, granted, we didn't have as many choices back then, but I think that is part of the problem too. It's not just that one salary can no longer take care of the family. I think it's also that we want. Everybody's got a car. Mom's got a car. Dad's got a car. The kids have a car when they turn 16. And everybody needs a car. And you got you want granite countertops. You want all the TVs in every room. So all these gaming devices. So it just seems that the stuff is killing us too, which is why I chose minimalism. But that's a whole other video there. But let's continue and listen to what she says.
Foresee this or seeing this morally is those women are not really giving themselves willingly. You know,
Oh,
like it's
okay.
not like you went on a beach in Thailand and you met a woman and fell in love.
Okay, see, she's wrong, because okay, so let's be honest though. A lot of people don't do the old-fashioned way, but this is 2023 now. It's very common. It's just the times people get online, but it's still a natural way, right? You chat online, you go meet somewhere, you have some dates. Now, the only problem I have, and I may get beat up for this in the comments, because there are some guys who have met their wives and girlfriends and are very happy this way, but the guys and the girls who start chatting and get on the dating site and they start chatting and they enter into these relationships without ever meeting, they've already labeled it, we are boyfriend girlfriend. Or I've even seen things like the people during the pandemic getting married online and they had never met each other. And I know several stories of just a disaster, and I know a few that worked out too, and awesome. I'm glad, I'm happy for them. I got a good friend, Ryan, that his worked out, and he's extremely happy. But I have others that were just a disaster. So, but a lot of us come here and we move, and a lot of us do things, I don't want to say smartly, because, but in my opinion, it's the better thing to do, is to come here, figure out where you want to be, and then meet the girl in a more natural setting, and you're already living where you want to be. I don't think that her saying willingly, or the traditional way, the traditional way is no longer, but their values are still traditional here. But let's continue with what she has to say. Like I said, she's an attractive girl. If I would look at her, I would say she's Russian, in my opinion. I don't think she's American origin.
Like, it's the normal process. If she had a choice, would she marry her high school boyfriend or the guy she...
If she had a choice, would she marry her high school boyfriend? The majority of Filipinas are not marrying foreigners. The majority are marrying Filipinos. And so she's saying, would have they married their high school boyfriend? Well, if they were in love with their high school boyfriend, they probably would. I think that people think that Filipinos are just so desperate they'll just go with anybody. I don't think that's the case whatsoever. Maybe few small and in between, there's a few that are not really in love, and you can see it when you walk around and you see a beautiful Filipina and a guy who's, let's say, 80 years old, and they're not even walking together, or they're not even sitting together. Maya and I, for example, when we're on the couch watching TV, we're right next to each other. When we go out to dinner, we're not sitting across the table from each other. We're sitting next to each other on the table. My hands on her lap. There's Filipinos are very affectionate, so I think that's rare.
Love
Let's
from
continue.
her neighborhood. But because she doesn't have a choice, she can't. Her family needs her to put food on the table. She would rather marry somebody 20 years older and move out of the country, or...
Okay, well, let's finish what she says here.
Have a man come there and support all of them. And I don't know how you guys reconcile this.
Real quick, I want to say there's also a misconception. A lot of Western women think that the Filipinas want that green card. The majority of Filipinas rather just stay in their home country and maybe just travel. But if you ask the majority of Filipinas, they would rather just be here, around their, the food that they like, and their family and friends, and their own language. And let's be honest, a lot of us, and maybe America, if Filipinas were in America, I think a lot of us would probably want to stay in America, maybe. But they're not there. And the ones that are there are more or less American at this point.
It's this idea, right, that she's not there with you really willingly, if you think about it. But maybe it's something I'm misunderstanding, so let's just talk about it.
Okay, so this is not a horrible lady who's trying to shove her. I mean, she's saying, let's talk about it. So maybe she doesn't quite understand, but and sometimes they always hear about the horror stories, right? Bad news travels quickly. Good news never travels, right? You know, if somebody goes to a restaurant and they have a horrible experience, guess what? That's in the Google reviews, you know, but people who have great experiences, they're less likely to post their reviews. It's the same thing with, you know, you hear about all the horror stories. You don't hear about all the good stuff. And the majority of guys out here are very happily in relationships with girls here. You know, there's some horror stories. We know a few. Maya and I know a few train wrecks, but that's for another video at another time. But yeah, at least she's just not like some of these really aggressive Western women who's just, so hats off to this girl. At least she's not, totally unreasonable. At least she's saying, let's talk about it. I don't agree with the willing thing. I don't think that's the case. I think she's way off there. But she is saying, let's talk about it. All right, guys, so that's basically it. Questions, comments, let me know. It seems I did a survey. Do you guys like these videos? Don't think my entire channel is going to go this direction. I just am doing a few here and there, kind of playing around with it. And so far, it's been overwhelmingly positive. I've had a few comments saying, no, Gio, don't go down this path. But I'm still going to be doing a lot of Philippine stuff, okay? And the other thing I wanted to say is also this weekend, Maya and I are going to a wedding. We're actually in the wedding. We aren't getting married yet, but we are in their wedding. And so we'll be doing some filming. We're staying at a very nice resort. I'm not going to say which resort yet, but you guys will see the videos come out from Maya and myself. So before I go, guys, I just want to tell you, check out my webpage, geointhephilippines.com. You can go and check out all the things that I highly recommend that you bring out here, either for travel or for living, on my Geo Essentials. And you can order from Amazon directly from there. And also, you can contact me. You can set up a consultation. I do hourly consultations. And a load of articles with a lot of information, everything from visas to where to stay when traveling throughout the Philippines. So check out my webpage. Sign up for the free monthly newsletter. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.